Thunder Bay Police Services Board has issued an official statement in response to yesterday's scathing letter from board member Georgianne Morisseau. She suggested the police service is on the brink of collapse due to alleged leadership failures. That letter was not discussed at today's police board meeting, but an update from the OIPRD was presented, and Chair Kristen Oliver says the findings in that report address many of the concerns outlined by Morisseau. Alex Flood explains.
A written response from Police Board Chair Kristen Oliver was released late Monday night regarding Georgianne Morisseau's criticisms. It states, the board, with the exception of member Morisseau, is united, working well and far from collapse, adding they are committed to building a police service that is constantly improving. Morisseau has scheduled a virtual news conference for Thursday morning to speak publicly about her concerns, and her letter was not discussed at this police board meeting. Instead, the board received an OIPRD report on the progress on its recommendations to tackle systemic racism within the force. Board Vice Chair Michael Power notes this guidance is met with great care and consideration.
This is a standing agenda item. This is literally on every one of our agendas. The board and the service take this very seriously. I want to commend probably the thousands of hours that have been invested by so many across the organization in moving this forward. And
of the 40 applicable recommendations outlined in the review, 28 have been completed and 12 are still ongoing. Oliver referenced in her written response that these findings should have ticked many of the boxes Morisseau was claiming hadn't yet been settled. Chief Sylvie Hoth says the recommendations have in fact helped the police service become more transparent.
I guess a kudos to the board for your continued support, both through advocacy and increases in the budget to actualize this, and a very big kudos to all of our staff who have been dedicated to this in order to ensure that we are successful as a service and that we are moving forward.
Hoth released her own statement Tuesday afternoon saying she echoes Oliver's response to Morisseau. Hoth says the police board needs to speak with one voice in order to have effective governance, and she remains committed to the safety and well-being of everyone she serves. Alex Flood, TBT News.